Hello YouTube, this is Keith Kevin Ken. How you doing? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Time again for another knife of the day. And guess what? Another discontinued knife of the day. This time it's part of the Spyderco Ethnic series. It's the Spyderco Chokwe. The Spyderco Chokwe. Oh, I love this knife. Now, if you're not familiar with Spyderco's Ethnic series, let me tell you about it because you're going to see a lot of Ethnic series knives on the knife of the day. I have them all and I love them. I think it's a great way of seeing these wonderful designs, international designs, and in some ways the designs are centuries old. So what Spyderco does is they go around the country and they usually use some of these great Hall of Fame knife makers, older knife makers. They study up on a knife from a different country. This knife, the Chokwe, comes from Central Africa, and it was originally a fixed blade knife because most of these are, right. When you talk about century old traditional knives, most of them are fixed blades. They look at these traditional knives and then they bring them to Spyderco, make them folding knives and with today's materials. So, traditional knives from around the world reinterpreted with today's materials. So, the Chokwe in Central Africa for centuries have been used by farmers, by fishermen, and of course by hunters. Most of these knives, of course, it's a traditional knife, is used to do a lot of things. So where we talk about, hey, I have a handful of folders that are tactical knives and a handful of them for EDC. Well, these are everyday carries, always, and they're used for everything. Killing things, cutting things, and just daily tasks. Now, I love this knife. So there's a couple of things about this knife. It's a pretty big knife, but that handle though, right? That handle with the holes in it, that triangular handle. Now that's directly from the original knife out of Central Africa. All the holes were in it because they could tie it to a longer handle when you're going out and hunting or fishing with the knife, right? But of course, modern day, it's great to have these holes in it to lessen the weight of the knife. The handle is black G10 on the one side, and on the other side, titanium with the Chris Reeve integral frame lock. It is a smooth knife, and that triangle shape is really nice. It kind of disappears in your hand, which is nice. No jimping or anything, real smooth. This is a flat ground blade. Spyderco is great for their flat ground blades. Good for EDC. A lot of course, cutting with the flat ground blade. S30V steel. Told you they're using the more modern materials for it. It's a big blade, 3.75 inch blade, about 3.4 inches of usable. There's a little, not really a choil, but you can choke up on it a bit. Look at that blade. See how it comes to that nice point? It's got a real nice sturdy point. I'll tell you, that blade shape is a very tactical blade shape. Obviously, the fact that it's a slicer with that full flat grind makes it a wonderful EDC knife, but boy, how that comes to a point and then gets wider and wider. You could really puncture things with that. I like this knife as an EDC knife. It's very light. It goes 3.7 ounces. Even though it's a big knife, it doesn't carry big. And it's thin in the pocket. Of course, it's see-through construction. And I think I'm covered with anything, okay? EDC wise and as far as self defense is concerned. It's the regular hourglass clip. For some reason, it doesn't bother me that much when I grip this knife. Um, Only right hand tip up and tip down carry. Tip up and tip down carry. Nothing for you left-handers. Sorry about that. But what a wonderful knife. That's the great thing about the Ethnic series. You get this knife that has all of this history in it. It's usually a dual purpose knife, right? Because it's traditional, but it has some of the best materials that you can imagine. S30V steel, for instance. It has nice grippy G10 and of course great titanium with that Chris Reeve frame lock. Oh, this is a very nice knife, you guys. It is discontinued. I see it pop up every now and then on the secondary markets. If you find one, trust me, you should try this one out. Especially if you like a longer blade. I like smaller blades, but this one carries great for me. It's just so light, so long, and so useful. That, my friends, is the knife of the day. It's your Spyderco Chokwe. It's part of the Spyderco Ethnic series. Oh, you're going to see a bunch of Ethnic series knives as part of this daily series, the Blade of the Day series, because I have them all. In fact, I just got the brand new 2017 knife for the Ethnic series. So over the next year and a half, as I go through my entire collection, knife by knife on this channel, day by day, you'll get to get real familiar with the Spyderco Ethnic knives that are wonderful. Again, knives from around the world, century-year-old knives with these wonderful knife makers, studying them and then making them to fit modern day uses. That, my friends, is the knife of the day. If you enjoy this series, thumb it up. Go crazy on the thumb ups, okay? The thumb ups are for me. They really are. It just keeps me going. It seems like you guys like this series. We have a bunch of knives that go. I'm enjoying it because it gets me into my collection. So thumb it up, share it, let people know that this fool, Kevin, is showing his collection knife by knife, day by day. Also, don't forget to subscribe. I'm looking at you. You're the one that likes these videos, but you haven't taken advantage of the free subscribe button. Hit that for me, okay? And also, turn on your notifications. Yes, it's a pain. It's a pain for me. All through the day, everyone, I'm getting all these notifications, but I'll tell you something. If I didn't have it on, I miss so many videos. So do that. Hey, you guys, I really appreciate this Knife of the Day series. I hope you do too. You have a perfect day. Keep those pockets full. Goodbye.